So today I'm going to share with you a recipe that I got from my grandmother who lived through the Great Depression. And what is in here? Well, we have 2 sweet onions, okay? And then here we have 8 pounds of potatoes. All right, and look how big I have them cut. Look at those chunks. Those are like 2-inch chunks, right? And so I'm going to bring this to a boil. And after that, I'm going to check them in 15 minutes and then like every 5 minutes after that, because we don't want to get them overcooked. And what I've done here is I have covered the potatoes and onions with water, and then I've added another 2 inches, okay, because we're going to have some evaporation and whatnot. And we also want this to be a soupy potato soup, not a really thick potato soup. So we need some liquid in there. And so that's what we're getting started with. 8 pounds of large chunk potatoes that have been peeled, and 2 medium sweet onions that have been sliced into rings and separated. Add the water to cover the onions and potatoes plus 2 inches. Now, as it's starting to boil, we're going to drop a whole stick of butter in there. Not margarine, butter, real butter. It can be salted, it can be unsalted. It doesn't matter as long as it's not margarine. Margarine is like 1 molecule away from being plastic. It is not good for you at all. It's no better for you than butter. So please use real butter. Okay, we're boiling now, and so now I'm going to turn the eye to medium-high. Once you bring it to a boil, put yourself on medium-high there, and come back in about 15 minutes to give it a check. Okay, now it's been about 20 minutes, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fish out the largest potatoes that I can find. Okay, and that's how we're going to tell if they're done. And I'm going to put them right here. All right, now these should break apart very, very easily with the fork. Sorry, this is hard to do when I'm holding the phone. So you should just be able to stick the fork in there and break it apart just like that. Okay, they're done. So that's been about 20 minutes on medium-high. So I'm going to return these to the pot. This is what makes it really yummy. I'm going to be adding 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You could also add whole milk if that's all you had. Okay, I'm going to give this a stir. And the salt comes at the very end. Okay, I'm going to get this all stirred up together. I can't remember what kind of butter I used, if it was salted or unsalted. So that's another reason why I want to wait till the very end. Okay, and I'm going to start with a teaspoon. Okay, and then if that's not enough, I'm going to stir it up real good, taste it. I'll add a little bit more. Okay, I'm not going to add a lot of salt though, because everybody has a different taste for salt. Okay, and so I'm going to start there, and I'll be right back. Alrighty then, I ended up with about 4 teaspoons of salt, and I used the sea salt, okay, but you can use regular salt. Back then people used whatever they had. And so I'm getting ready to put this in a bowl, and I'm going to serve it with some cornbread. I'm not going to serve it with that really sugary cornbread that tastes like cake. I'm sorry, I think that stuff is disgusting. I'm going to serve it with a buttermilk cornbread. So I took a slotted spoon, and I put the potatoes in there as much as I wanted. And now I'm going to get me some liquid, okay? Add that to my soup. And that's about how much liquid I want. And then I'm going to sprinkle some black pepper, because I love black pepper. That's going to be my potato soup. So now I've got my buttermilk cornbread muffin there and my potato soup. It looks so good. I'm going to give it a taste. Oh wow. That is so delicious. I'm not depressed at all. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recipe, and have a great day. Bye-bye. One more little side note before I start on my soup here. You can dress this up by putting some add-ons on the side, like chopped green onions, some shredded cheddar, maybe some bacon bits. You can even thicken the soup by taking out a few potatoes and mashing them with a fork and adding them back. So there's some different ways that you can enjoy this soup. You can think of this as a base for a fancier soup. You could also use some chicken broth instead of water. Some people have even done fish broth, beef broth, a combination of broth and water. But she said back then most people just had water, and so they just made it this way. But you can add chicken broth or fish broth or beef broth or whatever. So again, I thank you for watching the video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. Hello, today I'm going to be making pumpkin spice. And this is the recipe. There are times of the year when you can't find pumpkin spice for a recipe that you might want to use it in. And so there are 5 spices that go into pumpkin spice, and here they are. We're going to have 6 tablespoons of cinnamon, 4 teaspoons of ginger, 4 teaspoons of nutmeg, 2 tablespoons of cloves, and 3 tablespoons of allspice. Okay, this is what they look like. These are ground spices. There's the allspice, the ground cloves, the ground nutmeg, the ground ginger, and the ground cinnamon. And it's really simple. You take all that and you measure it out, and then you dump it all in a container, and then you're going to shake it up, and you're going to have pumpkin spice. Now, how long is this good for? Well, how you determine that is you look at all the dates on your spices, and the one that expires first, that's your expiration date to write on your container. So there you have it. Pumpkin spice recipe, 5 ingredients, easy as can be. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.